Broccoli and cheese soup. It's cold outside. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. And I hope that you are too. That song was just in my head. I don't know why. But anyway, today it's cold. Well, it's not freezing, but it's cold enough for some copycat broccoli and cheese soup. And this is not just any copycat broccoli and cheese soup. This is Panera's. If I can tell you how much I love Panera's broccoli and cheese cheddar soup, so I was excited to get to see this recipe. So let me tell you what it starts with. It starts with 1/4 cup of butter, 1/2 medium chopped onion, 1/4 cup of flour, 2 cups of half and half, or you could use heavy cream, 2 cups of chicken stock, low sodium, 1/2 pound of broccoli, 1 cup of carrots, julienne, which I bought mine already julienne because I didn't feel like julienning. And what else do we got here? 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. They say the nutmeg is what makes it. And then you're going to use 2 cups of cheese and salt and pepper. So what I'm going to do is get my pot turned on here. And I hate using this burner because it just doesn't work for me. But anyway, this is my heavy cream. This is my stock. And here is my nice vegetables that's been cut up and washed. So once this pot gets going, we're going to put in our butter so that we could saute our onions. Okay, so while my butter is melting, I forgot to tell you, we're going to need 1/4 cup of flour, which is going to serve as a thickening agent. Another FYI, in case you're wondering, your 2 cups of heavy cream or half and half, that's one of these little small things right here. One of these ones is 2 cups, so then you don't have to measure it out. Okay, so as you can see, my butter's starting to melt. I'm just going to stir this around a little bit, get that other little piece melted. And to this, I'm going to go ahead and add my onions in. Put in some onions. I always put extra onions because I just like onions. Might as well put them all in there. No sense in wasting. There. So we're going to let these saute around until they're nice and soft. And as I said, I hate using this burner because it does what it wants to do. Okay, so as you can see, my onions are starting to soften. So what I'm going to do is add in my flour, which is the 1/4 cup. And I'm just going to give it a little stir around. Because we want our soup to be thick. Okay, so we're going to let our onions and flour cook for about, because we don't want the flour to brown. So we're just going to do it for about a minute or two. Okay, so to this, I'm going to go ahead and whisk in my heavy cream. So let's just pour that in. Give it a little whisk. And to my heavy cream, I'm going to go ahead and add my stock. Like so. Looks like some of that went to the bottom. So I'm going to make sure this gets all whisked together. Okay. So to this mixture, what I'm going to add is my broccoli and my carrots. And then what I'm going to do is cook it on low, because you want to keep it on low until your carrots and your broccoli are done, are softened. So let's go ahead and put this in. Put in our carrots. I got a mess here. Okay, and then let's put in our broccoli. Let's just get it all in there like that. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little stir. And then what I'm going to do is put the lid on and cook it for about 20 minutes until it's finished, and then we'll be back. Okay, so let's check our soup to see how it's looking. And I'm holding my phone, so if it starts to go crazy, that's why. Okay, so I'm stirring this, and it smells amazing, and it looks amazing. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want a quite all chunky soup, is I'm going to blend some of this so that it's smooth, but then I'm going to leave some chunky. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and I was having a freaking fit because I didn't think I could find this blender, but that's what our soups look like. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add our cheese. Okay, so I'm going to give it a stir. And it's about the way I want it. So what I'm going to pour in right now is my cheese. Just going to get it all. Well, I don't think that's working for me. So let's do it this way. And you're going to be using, as I said, 2 cups of cheese. And I'm just going to get this stirred around in here until my cheese melts. And one thing you don't want to do is to cook your soup on high, because it'll become grainy. I mean, it's like you could still eat it, but, you know, some people prefer to have a smoother soup. So I'm going to get this cheese melted, and then when I come back, we're going to be having some. See you in a bit. Okay, so here's our broccoli and cheese soup. I sprinkled a little extra cheese on there. And I also wanted to tell you, if it's not thick enough for you and you want it thicker, all you have to do is add more flour. Let me get you straightened up here. Okay. So let's have some of this yumminess. And what I'm eating it with is crusty bread, they call it. I call it toast, but okay. And this is just bread that I cooked. You can do it in the oven. I did mine on the top of the stove in the skillet. And it's just good for dipping. Delicious. Let's give it a taste. Absolutely delicious. Nice for a nice cold fall day. The flavor is just amazing. And the nutmeg does make the difference. So give this a try. You'll be glad you did. And I'll see you on the next recipe. Have a good one.